All this has to be camoed in. Okay, so these are the paints that I use to do my camouflage job. It's ultra flat, non-reflective nature colors, and there's a larger selection than this. It's made with fusion so that it's good to use on plastic. I might do my kayak with this. So here's my camo job. It's hard to see on that surface, but here's another look at what you can do with these. As you can see, it adheres to plastic quite well. It's nice. And metals. I have stainless steel here, nickel plated, galvanized, etc. But I know some people are going to say, well, your camouflage is too dark. Well, here's the thing. If I was going into a boreal forest or a swamp, I would need the darker colors because you need the shadow effect. If I was going into Afghanistan or Iraq or maybe out in Arizona or New Mexico, I'm going to need the sand tones, you know. And if I'm going into a bright forest, lots of bright leaves, I'd need the brighter colors. Now here's something that a lot of people don't realize. Camouflage is not your main thing when being hidden. It's keeping your movement and your scent hidden when it comes to animals. And with people, it's hiding the obvious. The motorist pulls up to the stop sign, looks, thinks the highway is clear. Because the mind is trained to see the obvious, they don't see a car, which is the obvious, so they pull out thinking the highway is clear, but a motorcycle was coming right at them. Again, the mind is trained to see obvious, and with animals, they are also trained to see the obvious. Now, the things that are most obvious to animals are movement, scent, and sound. Sight is lower. People are trained from their birth to look for the obvious. I could take the average human being out into the woods where I go, and they're not going to see half the things that I see because they're looking for the obvious. And they've grown up in the city or the suburbs. Their minds are trained to see different things. I grew up on a farm in the woods. My mind is trained to see things that are obvious to me that are unobvious to others. There's a lot of things that be said about camouflage. I can tell you this, a ghillie suit will not make you invisible either. Camouflage, ghillie suits, etc. They mask the obvious. They break up the lines. They hide the shine of metal, plastics, skin, etc. The main thing is to break up the lines and allow you to blend in with the natural contours of the forest. Anyway, much to be said on camouflage. I'll show you my stands as I put them in the forest. I might have to change the camo a little bit to match the area I'm in. Of course, in autumn, leaves turning brown, bare wood, the camo might have to change again. Anyway. Ouch! What could have caused that? I'll let you know in an upcoming video. You'd be surprised how this happened. So I put those still shots in this video to show that if you take away sound and motion, it's very easy to be camouflaged if you're in the right place, in the right light, with the right colors on, and the right lines on. What I was wearing at the end of the video is what I was wearing as I worked my way across the screen in 4 different shots, in 4 different places, at about 10 paces away from the camera. And truthfully, most people will not see where I was. Now if you line each photo up against each other and play them in succession, you'll see me moving to the different spots. Okay, and I was partially exposed in those shots. Not trying to prove anything, I'm just saying.